You guys want a free stock? Got a link in the description for Webull. If you go ahead and use that link, I get a free stock. You guys get a free stock. It's anywhere valued from $8 to $1,600. You can get a stock like GameStop. Actually, that's one of the shares that you can obtain from that promo. If you're on Robinhood, get off Robinhood. I think I've said that before. Unless you're trading options, Robinhood's good for options because it's so user friendly. And it's tougher to get approved on other platforms, but for trading stocks and what most of the new retail investors that are coming in the last 3 days are trading, get off Robinhood. Webull today was the only platform that is readily available to retail traders like ourselves that are quick and easy to set up with that didn't shut down trading for GameStop, for let's see what else, for KOSS, didn't shut down trading for AMC, didn't shut down trading for Nokia. So those are some, you know, that's a really big indication of which platform you really should be using. So I recommend Webull. It's what I use every day on my phone, and the charts are way better. That's what I've been using on here. If I'm not using TradingView, I just really like their tools, but for charts, definitely Webull is where it's at. So let's get into this, guys. I know you all want to hear about GameStop. What the heck is GameStop? What's going on? What the heck? It's craziness. Is this really a short squeeze? Is it not? There's data for both sides right now. Wall Street Bets is still going nuts. We're up to 5 million members. Like I said yesterday, I've been in that community for a long time. Take everything you read there with a big grain of salt. You know, big. It's really important to go back and research the person who's actually posting that. Go back and see what the Reddit karma is. You know, how many posts have they really put in the community? There are thousands of posts today. Buy Jimmy, oh, it's going to the freaking moon. I don't know what, you know, and a lot of these people just got in and they adapted quick, saw the Wall Street Bet culture, and they're jumping in on it. This is GameStop. After hours, we jumped 61%, up 118 points. We maxed out at 357. This thing doesn't follow any sort of trend throughout the day as far as, you know, a good indication of when this is the bottom, when is the top, when should I buy, when should I sell. It does put in some supports and resistances, which it can break key levels, but not really. The main question everyone's asking is, do you think it's going to go up more? Do you think AMC is going to go up more? Is it still a buy? Is it still a buy? Is GameStop going to go more? I do think GameStop's going to go up more because we're still almost, but not quite, I think, to the peak of this being all over the news and people wanting to get in on this, and more than just the original, you know, retail trader market who's buying this and causing this short squeeze. And I say, is it a short squeeze? Is it not? Because there's data that shows that it might not be, and it might just be the option theory of option buying begets option buying, and then this has snowballed into a retail trader, you know, just wave unlike anything the institutional market has ever seen. A lot of people are, you know, asking, is this illegal? You know, do they have the ability to do this? I'm going to zoom in here a little bit more so you guys can see what I'm talking about, or see my face when I'm talking about just this stuff. Technically, this is not illegal. What hedge funds and those people do that is market manipulation that goes underneath the, you know, gets brushed underneath the rug, that the SEC doesn't regulate. SEC is Securities Exchange Commission, if you guys didn't know that. That's definitely illegal, and it hasn't been, you know, caught for years and years. They've been doing it since, you know, the market was a thing. Now, what is being done now is completely legal by retail investors. It is also completely legal for exchanges to suspend trading and not allow people to trade certain securities at any time of the day. And for all you guys like, what the heck are these halts? What's going on? Halts happen every day on the market for different stocks that are trading different securities. So it's nothing new. When the biotech craze was happening in February and March, there was halts every single day on multiple stocks. When we signed up for Robinhood, we signed up for Webull and these things, in the terms and agreements, you acknowledge the fact that there may be system outages. Was it purposefully done? It's possible. Something I thought of today was, this reminds me of Mt. Gox, which is a fiasco that happened with the Bitcoin exchange in Asia back in 2016 and 17. I think it may have been even before that, before the Bitcoin bubble that we know, but one of the earlier ones when Bitcoin ran up into like 10 or 11,000 for the first time, maybe 7 or 8. Anyways, basically the exchange didn't have what it needed to be able to cover things when people started pulling their coins out, and so they're falsely displaying what was going on. There's so much to read, so much to know about GameStop and just this mess. The market's going to stabilize, normalize. It will. Tons of people are going to get burned on a lot of stuff when this does come down. People did get burned today, and there's going to be some action that gets taken. Robinhood could face some heat, but like I said, I don't think it's going to be that bad because technically they didn't do anything illegal. And as awful as it sounds, and that's just the system is set up that way, which is unfortunate. Maybe some change will come to pass. We'll see. All right, but let's get into it. What are we looking at for tomorrow for the market? So GameStop, obviously, it's a big one to watch. Get on Webull if you're not already. You can get on it in one day and have funds deposited. I'll leave the link in the description, and you can buy it here. You can't buy it on Robinhood. Same thing with Nokia. Same thing with AMC, and same thing with BlackBerry, right? BlackBerry had a strong close. If you look at this candle here, we saw 5,000 in volume when everything was relatively low throughout the day, or throughout after hours. And this is after hours, right? When something we need to know about after hours is that the volume traded in after hours is like not even, it's like got to be 1/99th or something of the volume that is traded in a regular, session. So, for example, we take this green candle, 30. I'm looking at this number right up in here, by the way. This green candle, almost 350,000 shares traded. If we take a candle of the similar size in here, right, 19,000 shares traded. That's all. So the numbers in after hours aren't really a good representation of how something is going to perform unless it's really high volume. And now this volume is relatively high, and even though in here it's really big, in comparison, this is decent. So it can be something that is, predictor of what's going to happen the next day. Now, you got to remember too, when you guys wake up in the morning and the market opens at 6:36 if you're on Robinhood, Webull 4 a.m., the market has already been trading since 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time before you've woken up. 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the floors open up again. Not retail investors, big money, smart money, they have the ability to trade, and people that have more access than you and me. The markets move. We can't access that. Depends on what exchange you're on. So that's why, sometimes our chat's going at 1 in the morning because things are moving big time in pre-market. We did see a lot of strong moves in after hours, especially out of a lot of the EV sectors. So your IDEX, we saw come up a little bit solo here, really low volume, but some decent moves. KNDI, right? A little bit of that. Let's see what else that we saw here. Let's go into watch lists again and EV. And so if you look over here in EV after hours, we see a lot of green in, Hyliion, IDEX right here, FUV, Veil, and not a ton, NEO a little bit, but enough, especially NEO for 1% for a stock trading at that kind of numbers, not bad. Now, what am I watching? What am I looking for, right? With all this madness, aside from obviously the ones that we just ran through, and I'm not going to go through any charts right now for anything because they're just so wild all over the place. You guys just need to be careful. Make sure you trade with stop losses. If you're going to try and get in and out on the day, you could get burned on any of these at any point in time. So let's go ahead and take a look at something that I think is really beat up and has a chance to make a big move. And I'm going to go ahead and look at the daily. This is FuboTV. Huge pump up to 62 off of a lot of hype and a lot of hype off of Wall Street bets and a lot of hype just in the market itself. Now this thing is coming down hard. Today we saw a move from $50 all the way to 39, and right in here, if you guys look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost worth a support in here, right in these levels, kind of where it's trading. Now this is a wick candle. I don't like it too much, but in here we see 3. It could get a bounce here and come down. There's really nothing yet set in stone. This could be considered a higher low, is a trend reversal here, but it's really hard to tell because it's not that big of a move up on this side. So Fubo, definitely watching that for a bounce. TSM. Oh, man, that's not the right TSM. Oh yeah, there it is, TSMC. Okay, so TSM makes semiconductors, which you can do your own homework on that, but they're getting more orders than they can fill, and the stock's got a lot of potential. It's being sold off a little. You're seeing a lot of stocks that are on major bull runs being sold off because there are so many people moving into these other hot movers right now. But as things start to level out, a lot of these charts that look like this, we have this 4 or 5 day sell-off because of what's been going on, are going to get a strong move back up. So, for those examples, you're looking at your Corsairs, your iClean ETFs, TSM, let's see, your workhorses, again, things like that, which is right down in here. And here's a good example of that, which is, this is a big bull flag, folks, starting to form in here. Big watch on workhorse. This is 33, calls into the 40s, make a lot of sense to me. And then something I wanted to show you guys, markets. I'm going to take a look at everything here. And don't be intimidated by everything that's going on in here right now. You don't have to use any of this if you're on Webull, and the PC setup, the desktop setup is a lot different than what's on your phone. Your phone's way easy to use. There's a lot of good tutorials on YouTube on how to use these things. So top gainers, I wanted to show you guys something that I traded today that I really liked. And let's see what it was here. GBR? No. It was a penny stock, and I traded it really well, and I wanted to show you guys it because, okay, Sundial, obviously. Okay, Sundial was a good one. Good example. Cut this off the break today. There's another one I wanted to show you guys too. I can't remember what it was. I have to go back and look at. So Sundial moves today. Pretty good size move. You can scroll out to 90. Opened up a lot higher, right? 136. And then this is a great chart example. Okay, so 136, we see top out all the way here, nothing stronger than 136. The next candle is automatically a drop. Okay, and so, how are you going to catch something like that? You just, hopefully you have stop losses in at this point, you can catch yourself. We see a double top test here, doesn't even come close to breaking the high. Obviously, we're going to come back down. Easy to read. Now, where's the bottom, right? Doesn't put in any sort of support here, nothing here, right? We get a higher low in here, but it's a false breakout, right? We're still following the downtrend, and this is easy to chart, right? And so we're seeing this on the way down. It breaks way below it, and if we want to throw in there any indicators, like even just to throw in the VWAP, right? Breaks way below the VWAP here, way below. Now we start to get an uptrend, barely, it stays below the VWAP most of the day. Now let's throw in some Bollinger Bands, and this is where it gets interesting. So on the Bollinger Bands, right, we're seeing it test the bottom levels now, and we get this break in here, which we can also chart like this, right? We're still seeing a downtrend right here, still following this. Now we start to catch a break, right? So we're going this. Chart this out for you guys. To here, right? Start to see a level, and now we see a change in pace, right? We put in finally our first higher low in 1, 2, 3, 4 breaks down. Now we come in here and we get finally a higher low, and we see a reversal. What's interesting on the Bollinger Bands, we talked about this a few videos ago on Bollinger Bands, when the uptrend starts, the stock is going to start trading the support off the middle Bollinger Band, and look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4 tests off of it. Then we break down a little bit, right, and we sell off a little bit into here, like a easy level, but this is easy to read because we never break below this, which becomes a new support, 1, 2, right? So lots of easy stuff to read here, guys, stuff to chart. I know there's a lot going on with lines and things, but a good example of how you can chart something. And there's one more I want to show you that actually maybe we'll save for tomorrow. It's a really good chart. There was a bull flag that I traded today that I really liked off the break. So hopefully this helps you guys. If you got any questions, like I said, hit me up. I'm happy to help. Use my link to get Webull. It's way better if you get confused about how charts work and things like that, or what am I doing on Webull. Happy to do a video on my phone that screen records the phone that shows, how to place trades and things like that. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned a little bit from this. Good luck trading tomorrow. We'll see you at the bell.